Well. It's before Thanksgiving, and we have a crucial game that may indicate who's going to be part of the wild card in the NFC conference. So, give me one quick second. Let's go ahead and look up how we are standing wise of this game. Let's see how we are in this game. Check the standings, playoffs. Alrighty. So, right here, let me go here. Let me go ahead and make this tall so I can still read it. So, it's the Panthers and the 49ers. Both teams are sitting just above 500. So, the Carolina Panthers are currently sitting at the 9th seed with 6-5. Cowboys just won last night, so now they're 5-5-1. But if the Panthers lose, how will that turn out with the Cowboys? I don't know. That's a really better question. And then the Niners are holding the last spot over in the wild card. The Lions are also 7-4, but the 49ers control their destiny with a tiebreaker based on the best win percentage in conference games. So, conference games, 7-2, 4-3. That pretty much says it. 49ers had the clear advantage. And if the 49ers win it, they could be in clear shape, and they can definitely jump over. I would say they're probably going to be either the 6th seed or the 7th seed. But the Carolina Panthers, it's not just for the wild card. Because of the fact that the Buccaneers lost to the Rams, who are sitting at the 1 seed, the 49ers could take over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and take the lead of the division. And by the way, just a clear heads up, both the 49ers and both Buccaneers and Panthers have yet to play each other. They have yet to play each other. Just to give you a reminder of how crucial the game is. You know? There are factors in this game. Very, very important factors. And now I gotta readjust everything again. Son of a gun. Let's see here. Let's see here. So this is our new school. So since it's Thanksgiving week, I've been thinking, you know what? Why not do this instead? So right now I'm just scoot. There we go. Think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. That is better. So, let me go ahead, go to wide. See, this is why I want to do the wide right here. But yeah, the Panthers, I did not expect the Panthers to be 6-5. I thought they'd still be in rebuilding phase, but the Panthers have been doing all right. They started 0-2, losing to Jacksonville, and they lost to the Cardinals. They almost came back to beat the Cardinals. They shut out Atlanta, lost badly to the Patriots, and they won 3 straight against Miami, Dallas, and the Jets. Then they got crushed by Buffalo, won against the Packers, which was one of the most surprising upsets of the season so far. But then they took a tumble in Panther way, lose to the Saints, and then they beat the Falcons in overtime. So, yeah. But from here on out for the Panthers, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Panthers. And also, the Panthers, they may be 10-8 on Monday Night Football all time, but their last time they have won on Monday night, you had to go back to week 7. You had to go back to week 10 in 2017 against the Dolphins. That was their last time they have won against winning on Monday night. The 49ers, they have second in wins on Monday Night Football, and they're just cruising. But going back to the Panthers, look at the schedule they have. They played the 49ers, who are a good team, despite with injuries. Then they played the number 1 seeded Rams. Then they got to play the Saints again, hoping they don't get swept by them. So this is an important division matchup. Then week 16 is their first time they're playing Tampa Bay. Then Seattle. And Tampa Bay again, but at Tampa Bay. Panthers have a very tough schedule for the remainder of the season. Their only, quote, easy game is the Saints, but the Saints beat them. So it's tough for the Panthers for the remainder of the season. Can they climb to not only in the wild card spot, can they also climb up in take the lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the NFC South? They got to keep winning and they need to take that division. Buccaneers have been losing recently. They lost to Buffalo and they got crushed by the top seeded LA Rams on the NFC side. So it's tough. Let's see, who do the 49ers have coming up? Who do they still have? The 49ers, after the Panthers, they play Cleveland. Then they play the Titans. And then they play the Colts, the Bears, and Seahawks. So you can get yourself away with some easy victories with the Browns and Titans. But Colts, Bears, and Seahawks, that is also a tough test for them. So for both teams to try to stay alive for the playoffs, they both had tough competition at the end of the season, mainly around especially starting around week 16. So this is important. This is utter importance of the game. So the Panthers and the 49ers must have a win tonight with this game. They must have a win. This is for staying alive in the wild card spot. Because if it comes down to this, there will be tiebreaker implications come to this. Not only for just the head-to-head matchups, but also for conference win percentages, which is why the 49ers are the 7th seed and the Lions are the 8th seed. Because the 49ers have been, their games, a lot of the games are, I think all 7 games have been against NFC opponents. All 7 wins from NFC opponents. And then the Lions are only 4-3. And the Niners are 7, and the Lions are 4-3, and the Niners are 7-2 in conference play. So, who do I think is going? I feel like the Niners should win this because the Niners show so much. Because the Niners show so much when it comes to versatility with their players and how great their defense is. Robert Saleh's back. Hello, Anthony. How are you doing? Much better than the 2 Seahawks fans I know. I know they definitely want the 49ers. I know for a fact, Anthony, they really want the 49ers. Here, let me go ahead. Let's see. Boom. There we go. That's much better. But yeah, so yeah, I was just talking about because I know the Niners have to end the season with Seattle, and I feel like that game could have some important wild card implications if the Niners win. I'm doing good. One more day until I'm on Thanksgiving break. I'm already on Thanksgiving break. I'm already on Thanksgiving break, so I'm kind of enjoying this. I'm just enjoying this. But yeah, so like Bryce Young had himself a career day. It is nice. It is nice. But the 49ers Bryce Young had a career day against the Falcons where he threw for 448 yards. And the Panthers have officially, that was a bad kick. And the Niners are going to get the ball, and the Niners are going to get stopped at the 29-yard line. So the 49ers will get the ball first. Brock Purdy and the offense are heading underway. So Brock Purdy has been out for a while. Missed 8 games with a toe injury, with turf toe. It's been Mac Jones for the time being, but Brock Purdy is starting his 4th game of the season. Only throw for 7 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And the Panthers defense is decent, but going to go up against like Juwan Jennings and company. Does it go up against Juwan Jennings and company? Let's see here. 1st down and 10. Kittle going in motion. Christian McCaffrey is going to run it left side. Only gets about 2 to 3 yard gain. I don't know why it decided to do that. There we go. There's the clock rolling. There's the clock rolling. Yeah, so yeah, Christian McCaffrey, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk. Yeah, I might as well do 420. So funny. Let's see, and there we go. Now we can start. All right, 2nd down and 7 in shotgun. Pearsall going motion. Purdy dropping back, and he's going to go check it down to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to get spun around like a record player. He's going to get spun around like a freaking record player. Yeah. And that was on Morag with the spin around. Where the heck is he? This is a nice play. So now you're looking at 3rd and 10. Brock Purdy dropping back. He's going to try to throw a little wheel route to McCaffrey. McCaffrey extends his arm, and that is going to be enough for the 1st down for the 49ers. The drive will extend for the 49ers. Yeah, Trayvon Morag with that spun around tackle. Yeah, he got that. His foot stayed in bounds. Thank you, Pylon Cam. I love the Pylon Cam. I think that's a great addition. Because I remember first seeing it for the first time 10 years ago when the Colts and Jets were playing on Monday night when the Jets won. So 3rd and 10 at the 39. He's going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey is going to not get as much as he did again. That's going to be about 3. That's going to be 3 on the run. So, yeah, so the Panthers defense, Derek Brown missed all last season with a miss injury. Nick Scorton, the rookie out of Texas A&M. Then he had J.C. Horn, who's been a little bit of a rising star. So the Panthers defense is young, but can they prove it to be good? No opening drive touchdowns allowed this season. Wow. Purdy checking it down to McCaffrey once again. He's only been throwing it to McCaffrey so far. Only checking it down to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to get tackled at the 45-yard line. And that's the only receiver that Brock Purdy has been throwing it to so far this season, so far in his game. Ujiro Evero. Wasn't he on the Broncos at one point? Was he on the Broncos at one point? But looking at 3rd and short situation for the 49ers. Brock Purdy dropping back. He's going to throw a slant to Ricky Pearsall with the first down, and the drive will continue for the 49ers. Hey, can Purdy remember he has Kittle, please? Yeah. Hey, he threw it at Pearsall. So I guess that's something about using his weapons. Yeah, Ricky Pearsall, his rookie year, he missed the first half. He got shot in the chest during an attempted robbery. And then he has missed 6 games this season with a knee. So he's been very injured, but happy to see him back on the field. Play action, Brock Purdy rolling to his left. He's going to throw it too high, incomplete. And Derek Brown was all over Purdy's face. I believe that was Brian Robinson Jr. It was Brian Robinson Jr. with the intended receiver on the play. And Derek Brown here, he just shed 2 blocks. And then Gibson was up in his face. Travis Gibson was in his face as well. He started all 12 games this season. Derek Brown's good. He's really good. Handing it to Brian Robinson. And Robinson is going to get a good carry. That's about 7 or 8 on a carry on the right hash. So now the 49ers are going to be in Panther territory. And the 49ers are already taking about almost 5 minutes off the clock. So they're taking it slow and methodical. They're not going to do any particular plays. That should have been whoever the 49er was. He was holding on Chairless. Yeah. George Kittle line of 3rd and 3. McCaffrey with the carry. He gets a first, and he will go down around the 41-yard line. That is yet another first down. 49ers think they're 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions already in this game. 6 touches for 24 scrimmage yards. So far, the work is from a good chunk of the work is from Christian McCaffrey. They're going to say, Panthers, we're not going to give you the ball. We are not going to give you the ball. I'm sorry. That's just not how it's supposed to work. 10th play of the drive for the 49ers. Drop it back is Brock Purdy, and he's thinking going deep, but he's going to go ahead and check it down to a tight end. That is not Kittle, but that was Farrell. That is Luke Farrell, the backup tight end, not the Kittle. Now 2nd and 7 for San Francisco. Sorry, Anthony. He has yet thrown the Kittle. He has yet to throw the Kittle. And also, Anthony, your Giants, first team to be eliminated from playoff contention, and you fire Shea Bowden on the same week. How do you feel right now? Juwan Jennings going in motion, single back formation. Pitching it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey finds a gap, and he gets another first down. That's about a gain of 9 for Christian McCaffrey. And he, on three conversions, he is responsible for converting those first downs. And good blocking by the 49ers. Some great blocking. Shout out to the right guard, Dominic Pooty, setting up pushing him away to put that gap up, to allow the gap. Under 8 minutes and 30 seconds. They're at the 24 now. Purdy pitching it backwards to McCaffrey. McCaffrey going to the left sideline, does get some good yardage, and he will step out of bounds around the 16. Oh, that young girl. She has half Christian McCaffrey's jersey from the 49ers and the Panthers. I think that's freaking dope. Oh, yeah. That is Christian McCaffrey's revenge game, isn't it? So he's going to make the Panthers regret for trading him to the 49ers. So this is going to be his story. This is McCaffrey's revenge game, so keep an eye on that. You see the guy at the top, he just dove over to the sideline because he doesn't want to get the too many men on the field penalty. Brian Robinson bulldozes for the first down. He will be down at the 13-yard line. Did you see it? It was number 99. He was freaking diving for the end zone. Yeah, he was hustling. He did not want that too many men on the field penalty. That was Tershawn Wharton that was running off the field. Yeah, he knew what to do. He's like, oh crap, I do not want to get too many men on the field. Yeet. And McCaffrey trying to run up, but he's not going to get anything there. It's a good run stop. Bobby Brown, I cannot speak today. But the run defense, if there's a time you need to stop, this is the time you need to stop. Ashawn Robinson was part of that pileup. Derek Brown over there on the sideline. The veteran defensive tackle out of Auburn drafted, I believe, I forgot what year. Was it 2020? Purdy with the pass. And caught in tight coverage. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown. 49ers. With 6:17 to go in the first quarter, the 49ers took their sweet time dicing up the Panthers secondary and the run defense and take the lead. Make sure the Panthers do not get as much time with the ball. 15 plays, 72 yards in 8 minutes and 43 seconds. That was just bad tackling. You literally had 3 players surrounding Jennings, and Jennings managed to break all those tackles. The extra point is good for San Francisco. So the Panthers see if they can respond themselves with a touchdown as well. So this is where that 49ers defense come to test Bryce Young. Because as I said before, Bryce Young, he had a game. He had himself a game. Against the Falcons, where he threw for 448 yards and 3 TDs. Can he keep having a performance like that against a great defense as the Niners? And that's what scares me. If I was a Panthers fan, it's not just the offense that was slicing and dicing you that was scary. It's because of the defense, because they have a lot of players on a hurt. No Nick Bosa, no Taron Jackson, no Fred Warner. Like, they are losing people left and right. So instead of Nick Bosa, you got you have Bryce Huff, who was on the Jets, and he got 10.5 sacks there. He was on the Eagles, and now he's back with Robert Saleh again because he was the head coach of the Jets before, and he was undrafted. He was an undrafted free agent in 2020 coming out of Memphis. And then you also have Kalia Davis, Alfred Collins, and a good chunk of these players are just hurt to high hell. David Moore is hurt. Jonathan Brooks is hurt. But the player I'm glad they're back is Jalen Coker, the wide receiver 3. You also got Ted McMillan, who is having himself a good rookie year. Xavier Legette is a second-year receiver. So they're trying to build the weapons around Bryce Young. So that is the goal that they're going with. Jatavion Sanders, Tommy Tremble as your tight ends, Ika Mekwanu. Can they protect Bryce Young? Can Bryce Young use his scrambling ability to make some of these passes? Can he do that? I don't know. Who knows? Oh, it's rivalry week in the college football world. It's hate week. The longest this season, 8 minutes and 43 seconds. That is definitely the longest. Here comes a kickoff to the Panthers, and that's going to be we'll go for a touchback, and here comes the Panthers offense. Bryce Young, 31 for 45, 448 yards. That's a franchise record for the Panthers, and threw for 3 TDs. In the overtime thriller against the Falcons. The fact it was done against a division opponent, that had to be special. It had to be special too. It had to be special. It had to be special. So, can it overcome the mighty defense that is the 49ers since Robert Saleh's back? Bryce Young in center, deep Rico Dowdle in the backfield. Coker in motion. Rico Dowdle gets to carry. Rico Dowdle go in the middle, and he's only going to get 5 on the play. He's only going to get 5 on the play. Here, I'm just going to keep on playing just in case if I'm behind. Ted McMillan from Arizona. Rico Dowdle. Rico Dowdle's also South Carolina. Feel like the Cowboys should have re-signed Rico Dowdle. Shotgun formation. Play action. Bryce Young is going to get pressured, and he's going to throw on the run, and what a catch. I think that is Tommy Tremble, and I think that's going to be a penalty on the 49ers. I think there was a face mask. It's a holding on the offense. Number 79. There's on Ike Kawanu. Yep, there is a hold. I thought there was a face mask, but dang, Bryce Young just ate. He ate pads. He ate the pads. But yeah, you cannot hold him like that. You cannot do it like that. So now you're looking at second and 16 now for the Panthers. It looks like a 4-man rush coming for San Fran. Bryce Young dropping back. He's going to check it down to Dowdle. And Dowdle will probably going to get nowhere on the play. Yeah, Bryce Huff, Jordan Elliott, Kalia Davis, and Sam. I know I didn't say the last name. And no Fred Warner. He is out for the season. Upton Stout is the rookie on that defense. Jason Pinnock, who's also a Jet, now playing with Saleh again. 3rd and 13. So they need to get to the 45. Bryce Young hands it off to Chuba Hubbard, and Hubbard almost gets the first down. They're 3 yards short. That was Chuba Hubbard with a 10-yard gain. I wonder if they may go for it. Do the Carolina Panthers decide to go for it? But Bryce Young is on the sideline, so they will not go for it. So here comes the punt. Sky Moore will be there to return. And that's a nice punt. We'll go goes inside the 10. They're going to be at the 8-yard line. So pinned them deep. That's not too bad. Not too bad. It's not good that it's not good that they didn't score. But again, the Niners can just literally do what they just did on the first drive. You don't need fancy plays. Just slice and dice that defense. That's all you got to do. That's literally what you have to do to win that game. That's literally what you have to do. What's up, Cam? And Niners by 50. Man, Cam, it's been a bit, man. How are you doing? How are you feeling about your Niners this season? I know there was a lot of injuries like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, but right now you guys are still kicking it, especially with getting Robert Saleh back is a pretty big deal for you guys. So it's a good deal. And you're going up against tough competition like the Panthers of all teams. Panthers 6-5. They did not get anything out of it. It's a quick 3 and out. So this is going to be something special for the Niners because, again, so Niners are only in the 7th seed because they got the better percentage conference win percentage over the Lions. That's why they're up over the Lions. Because you guys are 7-2 in conference games. The Lions are 4-3. So that is the deal. I'm good. Painful to be honest. Waiting Fred fall. Here, let me go up. Here, let me put this. I'm good. Painful to be honest. Waiting Fred fall and Nick and everyone else. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. A lot of diversity, and this team has stepped up for the most part. Yeah, especially I'm good to see Bryce Huff, like from the Jets and Eagles, stepping up as well, because he used to be with Robert Saleh. 2023 was Huff's best season when he had 10.5 sacks. So, like, I'm happy like he's getting himself a good start. I know it's because Nick Bosa is mainly out. So, it's that. So now the Niners have the ball inside the 10-yard line, specifically at their own 8. Huge check, I formation, play action. Purdy, he's going to think of going deep. He kind of does, and that's going to get picked off, and that is J.C. Horn past the 20. He will sidestep, and he will get down at the 15-yard line. That is a costly mistake for Brock Purdy. For Brock Purdy, J.C. Horn will get the interception. The intended target was Juwan Jennings. J.C. Horn was stuck right his hip, and he just undercut him right when the ball was getting near him, placing his hands in front of Jennings' hands. What a costly interception. Instant red zone opportunity for the Carolina Panthers. That's the defense. 4th interception for J.C. Horn. The rest of the team also has 4 as well. The 16-yard line on 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Play action. Bryce Young. He's going to run it, but he will only gain about 4. But he's probably going to get a gain about 4. He'll run out of bounds at the 12-yard line. But he was eyeing on Jennings the entire time. But that was just a great play by Jennings. Like it looks like he was eyeing on Purdy the entire time. 2nd down and 5 at the 12. Coker in motion. Rico Donald with the carry. Still on his feet, but he will eventually get down around the 8. So so the Panthers are a couple yards away. 3rd and 2 now. And there's Saleh. 5th overall season as a nice defensive coordinator. 3rd and 2. It's a crucial 3rd down for the Panthers. They gotta get points off. Horn. Play action. Bryce Young, he's going to run it, and he will get down around the 2 or the 1. That 149 player thought he got a 1st down. Bruh. He didn't. Jimmy Horn was a player in motion. I believe he is one of the players out of Colorado. But I thought he had it. But 27 was basically guarding Tremble. He wasn't aware. He didn't have an idea that Bryce Young was going to run it. So I had to go 1. Yeah, information. Who are you going to hand it off to? Trevor? Bryce Young? Throwing it to the back of the end zone, and that is intercepted. Why would you throw that? That was a bad throw by Young. Why would you do that? Why did you do that throw, Young? Why did you do that? That's a garbage throw. That's a garbage throw. Are you kidding me? Here I am again. But why did you throw that? Why did you ever try to throw that in the back end? You know someone's be looking back there. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that's such a Bryce Young too. That's such a Bryce Young way to let it all happen. Oh man. Yeah, he did. He did look like Brock Purdy there for sure. That was such a big slap in the face because the Panthers had a nice defense. Then Bryce Young happened. Bryce Young is like, I've been hearing a lot of comparisons how like Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Young, mainly those two quarterbacks in particular, are just so inconsistent. Like they could be either having a good day or could be having a bad day. And Bryce Young, that was a brain dead decision. He could have just ran it. I feel like he could have just ran it. He tried to force it. He tried and force it. Oh, you could not do that. You cannot do that. Oh yeah, the Black Friday game, Bears and Eagles. That should be nice. That should be good. It should be a good game. Miami and Pitt, LSU, Oklahoma, Alabama and Auburn, the Iron Bowl. Should be nice. But Bryce Young, I would have said like he could have just ran that in. Young could have just kept it and ran that in. You blew it, man. You blew it. McCaffrey's gonna get the run up the middle for 3 yards. We're about to reach the minute marker of the first quarter. That offense blew it, man. They indeed blew it. So 1 minute down, 1 minute remaining. Second down and 6, 4-yard gain for McCaffrey, 44 scrimmage yards on 10 touches. McCaffrey 50 touch game loading. Purdy drop it back. He's going to throw it to McCaffrey. The 11th touch. McCaffrey with a good shoot back, and he's going to get a first down around the 33-yard line. Christian McCaffrey is having himself already he's on track for having a good revenge game. He's on track for having a good revenge game. So they're just going to let the clock down. It's like, hey, I say just let that clock down. Or they might go for one more play. Or they're going to draw them off sides. They're going to draw them off sides. And then to try to get the Panthers to jump, nothing there. So we are at the end of the first with the Panthers leading 7-0. The Panthers leading 7-0. So kind of tug of war. The Niners slice and dice them. Methodical drive in the first with taking up 8 minutes and 43 seconds of the first quarter on making sure the Panthers don't get the ball at all. Panthers got 3 and out. Then Brock Purdy and Bryce Young exchange interceptions, especially Bryce Young. That was a killer interception. He like I said before, like he forced that. He forced the interception. I feel like there was no way that he should have forced that interception, in my opinion. So Panther, it should be like either 7-3 or 7-7 because they were literally at the 1. He intercepted the ball at the 1. The 1. Just run it. I don't know why you're trying to. I don't know, man. Bryce Young, I mean, there's some games that he's really good, and then he makes decisions like that. That just makes you think, like, I don't know about that one, Chief. Don't know about that one, Chief. So, yeah. So that's that. So you thinking Christian McCaffrey's going to get 50? At this rate, like, I don't blame you, because he has 11 touches in the first quarter. So by the end of the game, if it keeps up like this, he could have about 44 touches, which is close to 50. Which is close to 50, if you really want to think of it. So, yeah, 49ers also like to rely on the run game as well. Like, they're very physical, like, especially on the defensive front. They're really physical. But we have yet to see a quarterback sack. We have seen both interceptions, but we have not seen quarterbacks. See, look at that. 10 minutes, 16 seconds time for possession compared to the Panthers, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. The Panthers only have 1 first down. Only 1 first down. Purdy dropping back, throws the check down to Kittle. There's George Kittle. That's his first catch of the night. And he gets an 11-yard gain. First down, San Francisco. There you go. There's your catch from George Kittle. There's a catch for George Kittle. Look at that. Christian McCaffrey has more total yards than the whole Panthers team. That is how much good of a revenge game he's having already. We're not even at halftime. Or even like at the fourth quarter yet. Dropping back is Purdy. Pressure's coming. Throws it off the back foot to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's only going to get several yardage on the play. And then I forgot to start the timer like a flippin' moron. What's going on with me? Got perfect timing. Christian McCaffrey with the run, and he will only get about several. Probably about 4. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, looking for the 49ers. But yeah, Christian McCaffrey was one of the 3 receivers to get 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000-yard receiving in a single season with Marshall Faulk and Roger Craig, who is in attendance tonight, did a show on ESPN. Third down and 2. And McCaffrey gets tripped up. He's actually short. He is short. They're in plus territory. I could see the 49ers go for it here. He's literally about inches away from getting the first. I say you go for it. You can just literally give it to McCaffrey. Let him do the work. So 4th and 1 from the 47. They're going to QB stick it. No problem. Brock Purdy gets the first. And it's like they're executing plays. They don't need to be going deep. Because they're lighting up the defense like it's a Christmas tree. There's no need. Like I said, like there is no need 49ers to do this. Pistol formation for Purdy. Handing off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey going up the middle. He's only going to get about 4. At the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 6 coming up. So, I remember watching Christian McCaffrey when I was young. That man was a highlight reel. He was a highlight reel. And it's frustrating because he watched Stanford. I used to hate Stanford when I was watching Oregon when I was younger because they always ruined Oregon's playoff national championship hopes because of Christian McCaffrey. Purdy gets pressured. He's going to run for it. He gets a 1st down. We'll dive to the 31-yard line. And Brock Purdy just using his legs, getting 1st downs. It looks like he's having the time of his life. He's having the night of his life. Because, again, it's like the 49ers, they've been injured so consistently. But you got to give credit to, like, the coaching staff. And any defensive coordinator as Robert Saleh, Steve Wilkes. Like, those guys they've been eyeing on them. And I forgot who was the other defensive coordinator. Because, who was the other? I know there was... Because I remember there was... Oh, yeah, Brandon Ayuk's going to have the worst contract, one of the worst contracts in NFL history. And Michael Williams is out. But, like, who was the other defensive coordinator? There was one more. I know there was Saleh. There was Steve Wilkes. Who was the other? I forgot who was the other. Oh, batted down by Derek Brown on 2nd and 6. Incomplete. 3rd and 6 is coming up. And I'm going a little too fast. 9:42 remaining in the 2nd quarter. The game is actually kind of going a little bit fast. Because there was Robert Saleh had a head coaching gig. Then Mike McDaniel did. And Steve Wilkes was the intern for the Panthers. And then he went to the 49ers as defensive coordinator. I just don't know who was that 3rd defensive coordinator was. The 3rd down and 6 for San Fran. Empty backfield look. And it looks like Brock Purdy calls a timeout. So the Niners had called their first timeout of the half. See how they can continue to build up that drive to extend the lead over the Panthers. Because if Bryce Young keeps making bonehead decisions and you stuff Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard on the run game, then congratulations, you've already done your job. You've done your job. That's how you do it. That's literally how you do it. So 3rd down. So 3rd and 6. Yeah. So Eddie Pinheiro out with the hamstring, but Matt Gay, who got cut by the Commanders after missing the field goal in the Spain game against the Dolphins. 3rd and 6, empty backfield look. Pearsall in motion. Purdy dropping far back. Pressure's coming. Purdy's going to throw on the run, going deep to the end zone, and that is picked. And guess who? And guess who it is? Number 2. Oh, God. There you go. Thought that was J.C. Horn for a second. But another pick. Purdy trying to play a bit of hero ball there. That is Mike Jackson with the INT. Great defense. So 2 interceptions on the Panthers, but they cannot turn over the ball. They got the interception before from J.C. Horn, but Bryce Young threw an interception. They cannot screw it up again. And that is a touchback as well. Let's see. But Brock Purdy was trying to play a little bit of hero ball there. Through a prayer, one-on-one coverage between Pearsall and Jackson. And Jackson got the best. Got the best of him. Got the better hand. But Panthers, so 3 and out. Brock isn't worth $50 million. Ass. Yeah, right now, Brock Purdy. Oh man, that is those 2 picks are not good. Let me check the box score so far. Brock Purdy is 10 for 14, 61 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions with a rating of 64. Bryce Young is not much either, only 2 for 3 for 9 yards and 1 interception. So right now, it's defense. It's the defense right now. And Christian McCaffrey is having himself a show. 14 touches, 61 yards. Shoot. The Panthers are going to find a way to screw this up, aren't they? Are they just going to find a way to screw this up? 1st and 10. Jimmy Horn in motion. Bryce Young with the play action bootleg. And he's going to dump it off to Ted McMillan. He's going to dump it off to Ted McMillan for a few yards. Look at Mike just staying at the top, and he was staying under him too. And that was just a great hands by Mike Jackson. It's just fingertips for him. Nothing but fingertips for Mike Jackson. Over 2 for 2 interceptions on 15 place yard throws. Young going to hand it off to Hubbard. Hubbard gets 2. So now you're looking at 3rd and 2. How are you going to approach this? Are you going to do it with Rico? Are you going to do a QB design run? A slant pass to McMillan, Leggett? How do the Panthers going to extend their drive? Right now, it's Hubbard in the backfield. Leggett goes in motion. Now you have 3 receivers at the top. Pressure is probably going to be coming in for Saleh. Saleh never blitzes. He's going to send 5. Young throwing it to McMillan, but McMillan drops it. He was open, and McMillan drops the ball. That could have been a first down for the Panthers, but McMillan drops it as the ball hits his shoulder. Oh, literal rookie mistake from Ted McMillan, who's becoming a rookie sensation for the Panthers this season. Oh, my goodness. So they got 2 interceptions, but they have not scored on anything. Martin with the punt. And the ball's going to bounce. And it's going to keep on rolling about to the 17-yard line. Panthers' offense is just not offensing. The offense is not offensing. Like, I kind of called what that day is literally going to be. Because, I mean, to be fair, like, the Panthers' performance, like, the Falcons are not good. Falcons not good. Falcons find ways to choke. Jets' defense is horrible. Cowboys defense is also bad too. Same with the Dolphins. It's like if you have a nice defense, like the 49ers, and of course, and against Seattle, like Mike McDonald, good freaking luck. Like if you have a good defense, then you know how to shut down Bryce Young. Teams that have a bad defense can't stop Bryce Young for some reason. For some reason. Right? Like, this is something I don't understand. Something I just don't understand. Panthers are literally being handed with a chance to tie the game or at least score points. But there's just not, their offense can't do the work. The offense cannot do the work. Because the 49ers, like, all they got to do is just take it slow. Like, I mean, look at the times that Brock Purdy's trying to throw a deep pass. Picked off twice. So it's like you might as well not just going deep. As long as you get like some yardage out of every play, like at least 3 yards a play, then you can just win like that. Bears, Eagles on Amazon Prime. The Eagles I know the Eagles are hot and mad over that loss against the Cowboys. They were hot. They were hot, stinking mad. Pitching it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey fumbles the ball, and the Panthers are going to the ball's still loose. The Panthers still not managed to recover it. I am in utter shock that the Panthers did not recover it. Because I think he was trying to scoop it up. He was trying to scoop it up. You don't scoop up. Trayvon Moehrig was trying, he tried to, but he literally bounced. And it was recovered. I believe it was George Kittle with the recovery, I believe. Oh my gosh, Panthers had a chance. There were so many chances they're not getting tonight. Single back with 3 wide receivers. McCaffrey again. McCaffrey will get 2 on the carry. 2nd down and 8. With about 7 minutes left of the second quarter. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Just wow. Ay. 30 plays. Panthers only have 10. What? 4-man rush. Purdy going deep again, and that's picked! J.C. Horn with the pick! Oh my gosh! 3 interceptions in the first half for Brock Purdy. Is he really worth $50 million? What in this world is happening? 2 interceptions tonight already for J.C. Horn. Does not see that corner. He thought he had Pearsall open, but yoink! Coming out of literally left field is J.C. Horn. Just undercuts him at the right time. He has 6 interceptions on 15-yard throws. Just stop throwing the ball deep, Purdy. Just stop. Stop trying to force it in. At the 33, it's the Panthers on 1st down. Play action. Young checks it to Jimmy Horn. Jimmy Horn shakes the tackle. gets a first down, and just at that goal line too. But oh my goodness. Wow. Just great. And by the way, Jason Horn, don't hold the ball with one hand. That's an easy way to fumble. Garrett Wilson used to do that. First down at 10 at the 22 after an 11-yard gain by Jimmy Horn from Colorado. Jimmy Horn Jr. Handing off to Rico Dowdle. Dowdle past the 20, and he will get tackled at the 15. He's 3 yards short of a first down. That's a gain of 7. And we just reached the 5.5-minute mark. Well, it sounded like Ted McMillan went from black gloves to white gloves. Can you imagine the NFL with no hands? Oh my goodness, that would be with no gloves back in the day. Dowdle gets the first, even with a tug on his jersey as he was going forward. That's a first down for the Panthers. And here comes Ted McMillan now with a new pair of gloves. See if he can catch. If he doesn't catch with these white gloves, I swear, that means he can't catch. That means he can't catch. So they're at the 10, so that means it's going to be goal to go now. Go to goal opportunity. Dowdle going in motion, fakes the pitch, and Young is going just to run and will take a sack, and he will go out of bounds at the 10. So no yards gained or lost. So the Panthers forcing 3 turnovers, almost 4, if it wasn't for that fumble. But Purdy with 3 first-half interceptions, that's already a really bad start. The Panthers are reading him right now. Now, don't try to force it in again, Young. High snap. Hand out to Coker. Coker goes out of bounds at the 4. 6-yard gain. We're very close to the 2-minute warning. So 3rd and goal. They need 4 yards to get the touchdown to try to attempt to tie the game with San Francisco. 4 for 6 for 25 yards, 13 rushing yards, and that 1 interception that he could have ran it for a touchdown. 2 people in the backfield. Hubbard and 2 49ers have surrounded Hubbard. And now you're in 4th and goal. I say you just take your points. I think it's very risky to try to go for the touchdown. Just kick the field goal. It's risky. They're going to go for points. That's just being greedy at that point. And then there's also up to whoever's that receiver on top. I think that was, I don't know if that was McMillan, but he should have blocked that other receiver. 25-yard attempt for, I believe, Nick Fitzgerald, and that kick, it's up, and it is good. So now the Panthers finally got on the board off of turnovers. 3 turnovers, but only got 3 points after the turnover. Should have been more than 3 points off of those turnovers if you were the Panthers. So now, the Niners will have their final possession before we get to halftime. Panthers will get the ball in the second half. Panthers get the ball in the second half. 49ers need to extend the lead. 2 minutes, 28 seconds. Already first half woes from both sides of the ball. It's just the 49ers suck less. But the 49ers have committed 3 turnovers, and they're still leading. Ever since that first drive touchdown, everything just went flat. It just went flat. Because how did the Niners drive in so far? They got a touchdown. Brady threw an interception, and threw an interception. Is that really the drive? Was that really how the drive ended? Hold on. Where is... Hold on. Because look at that. Yeah, so 49ers got a touchdown, interception. It's literally interception. It's literally touchdown and 3 interceptions. Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear goodness. That ain't good, Chief. That is not good, Chief. Brock Purdy is not playing like a $50 million quarterback. He's not. He's certainly not. Question is, though, like, would it be better if Mac Jones was starting? Because when he was starter, he was on it. He was on it tonight. He was on it when Brock Purdy was gone. Like, it was a really good job for Mac Jones stepping in for Brock Purdy as Brock Purdy was recovering from turf toe. But, man, oh, man. The 49ers got to make magic happen. Returning it from the 3. And there's a good return past the 40, and we'll be out at the 46-yard line. And a 2:21 remaining. Well, as of right now, it's the Panthers. Because as of right now, but you may never know. And the Lions, Panthers, Cowboys, they just want in. Let me in. Let me in. So at the 46. And screen to Pearsall. Pearsall gets a yard loss. What a good tackle by Tershawn Wharton. Good defense by the Panthers. Brock Purdy see if they could get one more step before the 2-minute warning. And we will go to the 2-minute warning. Can the 49ers extend the lead after ending 3 drives in a row with interceptions? With 3 interceptions. That has to be a record. I recall. I wonder if you can recall if there's any drives that keeps on ending with consecutive interceptions, like consecutive interceptions. Niners was literally touchdown, INT. Has that ever happened before? You're 49 49ers and Monday night and 49ers and Monday Night Football. It's just 2 dudes up close and you're just like lasering the ball to each other and they're still catching it. It's like, here, you can have it. No, you can have it. No, you can have it. No, you can have it. And I follow one of the New York Jet fans and saying, like, watching Monday Night from New York Jets, Matt, saying, quote, watching Monday Night Football and notice the defense is allowed to intercept the ball from the offense on the passing play. What the F is that? Because the Jets still have not gotten an interception. We have yet to get an interception this season because the Jets defense sucks. So hard. It sucks so hard. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Oh, brother. Like I can't believe it. First half takeaways. Oh, I know what a takeaway is. Oh, I know what a takeaway is. That's an INT 3 times for Purdy. Seven to 3, like that. I feel like it should be more points than 7 to 3. Purdy dropping back, and he's going through the middle again. I thought that was going to be an interception again, but this time it's George Kittle passed to the 29-yard line. Offense is offensing now for San Francisco. George Kittle with a deep corner route, great adjustment, and Purdy's finally got a pass that is 15 plus yards. About time. Or else I would have been picked. George Kittle, 2 catches for 36 yards. At the 29-yard line, 2 timeouts remaining. Purdy dropping back, throwing to the middle, and that's too high for Kittle. I was almost picked off for the 4th time tonight. J.C. Horn was in coverage of Kittle as the ball was going too high. A little sigh of relief for 49ers fans, I'm hearing. Ooh, baby. That's close. That was really freaking close. Second down and 10. Minute 16. Minute 16. Purdy dropping back. Pressure coming in. Purdy throwing off the back foot. George Kittle drops it, which is actually kind of important because now the Panthers don't really need to use a timeout there. Because the Panthers have all 3 timeouts and the 49ers need to kick a field goal. Panthers have a chance to get the ball back and get some points out of it. So they need this 3rd down stop. So they need a 3rd down stop. It's 3rd down and 10. George Kittle in motion. McCaffrey in the backfield. Purdy dropping back, throwing it to the right sideline, almost picked off again. That was Mike Jackson defending that. Panthers could get something out of it, especially when they have all 3 timeouts. The Panthers were literally sniffing for that ball. They were sniffing. And that was almost the 4th interception on Brock Purdy. So now it's Matt Gay, who got cut by the Commanders against the Dolphins in Spain. Kick is up for 47, and that kick is good. Still a 1-possession game, but the Niners have extended their lead to 7, as it originally was for 7-0. So now, what does Carolina do? What does Carolina do? So Carolina will get the ball back in the second half. So you got to get some score. You got to get a score out of it. So if the 49ers played it smart, because they kept passing, like they were trying to go for, because I get the 49ers try to go for first downs, but he keep going deep. Brock Purdy keep going deep. The Panthers were literally sniffing it. They were sniffing that ball. Like, what was Purdy doing? Like, what was Purdy doing? Like, he was keep going deep. Like, if you're in a 2-minute situation, it's like, I get you just got to go fast. You don't need just one constant big play over another, one constant big play after another. Because I was almost, because on that drive alone, that was two times that he almost got intercepted. 2 times, almost. Like, what the freak, dude? What the freak? Like, you got to do better. Bob Purdy keeps on trying to throw deep. And right now, like, you only got 1 catch for 15 plus yards. Only 1. And 3 of those times were intercepted. So either like the receivers need to do a better job at separating, or Purdy needs to be better at his decision making. Because that's just not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. And now, because you keep going deep, the Panthers don't even need to use the timeouts because you got all 3 of them to make sure they get a good position on their final drive. There's a minute remaining. So I'm trying to up. You notice that he can't return it. He can't knee it down. He will get out of bounds at the 26 yard line. But Bryce Young, he needs a second. He needs a pretty much sub-minute drive. Sub-minute game drive to get some points on the board. Bengals Ravens for Sunday night. Packers Lions Chiefs Cowboys probably the most anticipated games. And again, the Panthers will receive in the second half, but you do need some points to get an advantage. Young, drop it back. Those are check down to Trevor Etienne. And then the clock is going to continue to roll and rolling. No timeouts being called. They got to go fast. You have 3 timeouts. You should have freaking used one right there. You're late. You're wasted almost half the clock there. Young going a little deep. Dropped by Xavier Legette. So now you're looking at 3rd and 4 with 28 seconds, and you have all 3 timeouts. So now you got to go deep. You got to go deep somewhere. Dan Canales should have used that timeout after the first down, after that first play. If this was any other team, we'd be losing by 50. No, because your defense is at least doing something. Boxed in, Young. What in the hell was that? He thought McMillan was going on the corner. Young thought McMillan was running a corner, but McMillan was running a slant. That's all bad communication from Young. So they got nothing out of it. Oh my gosh. These 2 offenses are being bad. It's just the 49ers suck less on offense than the Panthers. Are they saying intentional grounding? Oh, they just called intentional grounding on Young because he threw that away. There was no one there. So that's a loss. Yes, a loss of down, but you also added a penalty. So now you're looking at 4th and 14, 10 yards. So, well, I mean, regardless, the Panthers are going to punt, but because of that miscommunication, now you're going back 10 yards. You could lead the 49ers with a bit of breathing room. If they get a good return, then they could try to get another score to make it a 2-possession lead. Here comes a fair catch at the 39 with 17 seconds remaining. So One of the Niners are going. It was oh my goodness, the ball was tipped. It was tipped. The ball was tipped, so they will probably would not have called that. But they missed it. They missed the tip. Purdy going 86 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions on 12 for 20. So they're going to try to see if they can get something out of it. See if they can go deep. Purdy dancing around. Here comes Kittle, and Kittle's need to try to go out of bounds. He does not. And there's a timeout being called by San Francisco. So they got to need midfield. Purdy throws a Hail Mary, and the Panthers intercept it. What if that happens? What if that happens? Because Matt Gay, to me, he's not accurate as much of a kicker. He's not as accurate as a kicker. Literally 9 seconds. Never close to 9 seconds. This is a 9-yard game for George Kittle. So you got to throw another one, but you probably want to try to go for out of bounds. Purdy rolling. You got to throw it already. Does Kittle catch that? They're going to say incomplete. He did not get the feet down. Yeah, I knew. His feet were out of bounds. They're probably going to go Hail Mary. They're probably going to go Hail Mary. You're near midfield, so it's like, why not? Just chuck it. And then Dave Canales has called their first time out of the half before the 49ers attempt the last play of the half. But Purdy's having an off night. There's one interception. Two interceptions. Three interceptions from Brock Purdy. Yeah, 6 or 7, 33 yards on a touchdown. But after that first drive, he's 7 for 15, 62 yards, and 3 interceptions. If you exclude that first drive. 161 to 72 total yards. And how is this a one-possession game? Beats me. Purdy checks in McCaffrey. McCaffrey breaks a tackle. Will get down at the 13. So anyways, we are at halftime with both teams. We are now at halftime. Let me go ahead and change it to about 13 minutes because that is how long halftime is in the NFL. So let's go ahead and let the clock roll. Panthers will get the ball in the second half. So first thoughts in the second half. Sloppy. That was some sloppy football. Very, very sloppy game of ball. Both teams do not know how to intercept. Both teams do not know how to offense. Bryce Young had 1 interception, but Brock Purdy tripled that. He tripled that. So the Panthers are still managing to compete with the Niners, but not really a lot of offense from the Panthers. The Panthers are having a worse offense than the Niners. At least the Niners can move the ball. It's just that Purdy is making these bonehead mistakes. That's the difference. He's making these bonehead mistakes. That's all the difference that he's making. And for Carolina, and then the 49ers, I mean, like, Christian McCaffrey is pretty much why you got that touchdown in the first place, because he was responsible for most of the carries. Yes, there was some help by Luke Farrell and Ricky Pearsall that got you first downs. But then, like, after that, it's just like, where was the offense after that first drive touchdown? Where was it? Where was it? Because Purdy's 114. He has a rating of 48.4, so it got worse. So his QB, so his rating is worse. Bryce Young, I mean, look at the team stats, right? The possessions, the time possession. 49ers had 19 minutes and 7 seconds. The Panthers had 10 minutes and 53 seconds. 49ers were playing keep away, but they're not doing it effectively because they keep on throwing the interceptions. That's the difference. That's the difference. And J.C. Horton is having himself a nice day. 2 picks. 180 yards to Panthers 72. 3 turnovers to 1. 49ers have 13 first downs. The Panthers only have 3. Panthers have 2 penalties. 49ers is 4 for 7. That's another thing, too. They were 4 for 4 on that first drive alone. After that, they haven't converted any third downs on the Niners. Panthers can't even convert the third down. They're 1 for 5. Yes, I can say I said they can't, but they did, but it was only one time. 49ers went for it on 4th and 1. They got that. Carolina was literally in a red zone, but did not happen. 0 for 2. Like, the Panthers are not playing good offense. Not good offense. So what can you do? What can you do if you are the Panthers? Like, I mean, the defense is doing good. The defense is good, but you also got to look at your offense. There's no run game. Like, who's the lead rusher in the run game? Dottle, 19. Young, 13. Hubbard, 12 for 44 yards. You got to improve the run game. And look at the passing. Jimmy, everybody has 1 catch. Jimmy Horn with 11. Tre'Davion Sanders with 6. McMillan with 6. Coker with 5. Dottle with 3. And Hubbard got 1 for -3. Like, bruh. There's no sacks on either side. There was no sacks on either side. Like, these kinds of games, like, if you have a low score, like, here's the thing. Like, if you have a low-scoring game like this is how you get low-scoring game. This is how you get fans frustrated. This is how you get the fans frustrated. Especially if you are just casual football fans. Because if you're just a casual football fan, all you want to see is just decent football. Yes, there was defense being played, but what about the offense? The only offense you're seeing is on that touchdown drive alone. So can the Panthers take inspiration with what the Niners did and do it again? Like, that is the better question. I don't know how the Colts lose that game. They were up 11. Niners are 2-2 at home, but they're 5-2 on the road. Ouch. But I guess it is what it is. I You want to talk about a quarterback that's not doing well right now? JJ McCarthy. He's not good. He's not good. Like, he had a bad game against the Bears, and you had another one against another division rival to the Packers. Like, just not a good, just not good. Ah. Ain't Philly. Oh, Philly, how did you choke this? How did you choke this? And Xavier Gibson, like, why? Why did you sign? Why, Eagles? Why did you sign Xavier Gibson? Did you not see why he was cut from the Jets in week 1? Do you not see how he got cut from the Jets in week 1? It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, the Panthers got 3 points out of, like I said before, like 3 points out of 3 interceptions. It's like you like out of the first 2 interceptions, it's like you could have got something out of it. You could have got something out of it. And Chip Kelly getting fired, man. Oh, can you imagine Chip Kelly going back to oh my goodness. Imagine that. If I played in Jerry Rice, here's some advice to all young receivers. If I played in the NFL today, I really need to bulk up more. So we're about 3.5 minutes. So I still think the Niners get this because I think they're just better coaching overall than the Panthers. The Panthers are a young team. They have a young defense and a young offense. They just need more. Because it's what, Dave Canales, his second season. I mean, not bad. He's doing good in his second season. He's doing good. It's just he needs more. He's gonna need more. He needs to keep on developing Ted McMillan. Bryce Young is in his boomer bust season. Xavier Legette is in his second year, so he's looking for that sophomore surge. So the Panthers on a 3-game road streak, 2-8 in the previous 20. Oh goodness. Oh, the sloth. Oh, bro. Zootopia 2. So Panthers get the ball back. So offense got to step up. That's just all I got to say. Offense just got to step up. I'm texted two other people that, hey, you want to badmouth the 49ers on stream? on the stream. I mean, but first I gotta make sure that I have the oops. Do I even have the freaking where did my headphone jack went? I'm missing a headphone jack. That ain't good, Chief. Well, found a headphone jack. Okay, we're good. Alrighty. Here, let me. We're almost done with the halftime. Almost done with halftime. Almost done with the half. Ooh, yeah. Well, guys, it's joining us Monday. All right, that's all good. Enjoy it. We should all enjoy a Monday. I know Monday is not really a good thing for everybody, but we should all enjoy a Monday. We should all enjoy a Monday. 9th game trailing at halftime this season. Well, it's all just about adjustments. Who can make better adjustments? Do the Panthers make better adjustments? Or do the 49ers make better adjustments? We shall see. Feeling it from the 1, past the 20, and he fumbled the ball, but he does pounce on it. Ooh, that was a close one. That was Trevor Etienne fumbling it and immediately passing on it. Good hustle from Trevor Etienne, and he did get hit hard. The helmet popped the ball out. And that was Martin with the punch out. That was Nick Martin, the linebacker. So now you're at the 27-yard line after the fumble. Rico Dowdle in the backfield. Jalen Coker at motion. Going back to where he was. Pitch it to Dowdle. And Dowdle spins, and he does get the first down. Tries to break free, and he will get tackled at the 45. That is a big first down for the Panthers. What a big run for Dowdle. And that was exactly what I was talking about. They got to get some yardage, get a good start. And Dowdle, really a hard running back. The running back that is hard to tackle. Rico Dowdle just did that, the spin move, and he just keeps on going, refusing to go down until he reached to the 45-yard line. And looks like there was an injury. There's an injury timeout already? Huh. What, is there like an injury already? So we do have an injury on the play. It's right guard Chandler Zavala down on the ground. So they are going to step aside. And so they are going to step aside for the commercial. I remember before the NFL decided to do games on Christmas, I recall how like the NBA was trying to say like, oh, you can't compete with the NBA on Christmas. I'm like, because you guys play almost because there's an NBA game almost every day of the season, right? You only play once a week in the NFL. You only play once a week in the NFL. You know, when you play once a week, it's getting views. And besides, my issue, because here's my issue a little bit with the NBA, right? Because when you're having games on national television, it's always like the same 5 teams or same 6 teams. It's like, from what I'm seeing, I'm seeing a lot of like the Celtics. I'm seeing a lot of Warriors, a lot of Lakers. Like, I'm seeing a lot. Like, why not show other teams that really need some more attention? Like the Hawks, for example, like the Hawks, the Jazz, the Suns, the Hornets, like those guys. Like, show the smaller markets some attention. Yeah, Chandler Zavala is a guy that was hurt, the right guard, 4th-round pick of the 2023 draft. Lower guard is your 1st and 10 from the 44. That was a good gain by Rico Dowdle. Jalen Coker going in motion, going in the slot. Play action, Bryce Young tripped a little, and he's going to run it, and he is going out of bounds. But there is a penalty marker on the field. It could be holding. That is holding on Mitchell Evans. And he is holding Bryce Huff on the jersey. Cannot do that. So now you're looking at 1st and 20. So now you have it on 34. Not good, Chief. Not good, Chief. I'm behind again. And he's going to hand it off to Dowdle, but he gets nowhere. He will get nowhere. So now you're looking at 2nd and 18, so you got to get at least like a decent play in. Because again, this is a drive. Average completion, 0.7 behind the line of scrimmage in the first half. Oh my gosh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Young throws a screen to Dowdle. It's a good screen. Gets out of bounds. Does step out around the 47, I believe. So he does get around to the original line of scrimmage, but you're in third. But regardless, you're 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 7 for Carolina. So Panthers are 1 for 5 on 3rd downs with average of 5 to go. This is 3rd down and 7. Chuba Hubbard is in the backfield. Salah rushes 6, gets the pressure, and deflected. The intended target was McMillan. So that is a forced punt. McMillan getting shut down by the Niners. Getting shut down already by the Niners, other than that one catch that he had. So Sam Martin in the backfield, the punt. Sky Morrow with a return. And that's out of his reach, and that's going to roll for a touchback. So they will get it at the 20. So Niners lead by 7, but can they hold on to the lead? And also can Brock Purdy not throw another interception? It would be crazy if he did it again. Just flippin' saying. I'm just saying. It would be crazy if he did it again. Yeehaw, everybody. Yeah, look at that. Brock Purdy on throws and 15 plus yards a season, 1 touchdown and 6 interceptions. That's a stat line. Teachers are just doing teacher things, I guess. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Jets legend. He only spent 2 seasons with the Jets. He did not do well in 2016, but he had a good 2015. I mean, he was a Jets legend in that season in 2015, but not 2016. That's why we let him go and let McCown step in. So Brock Purdy's the first QB this season to throw 3 INTs in the first half of the game, and that good sports Brent Burness said, no crap. Because with a first half performance like that, is that worth $50 million? Is that worth $50 million? Because that is definitely not how you get. Because that's definitely how you not earn $50 million a year. With that big of a contract, we expected better. We expect you to throw dimes around that Panther defense. Dimes. Expected dimes. What's up, Base Duck Buck? How are you doing, my friend? 49ers have the ball with 12:25 in the third quarter, trying to extend their lead. Pressure coming in. Christian McCaffrey try to run outside, and he breaks the tackles, and he will get the first down with a gain of 12 to the 32-yard line. Christian McCaffrey's just doing Christian McCaffrey things tonight. Oh, so we just had an update. So one of the linebackers, Brian Shirless, is out. Claudin Shirless is out, and J.C. Horn is questionable with a head injury, and J.C. Horn is a big loss because he got 2 interceptions tonight. Brock Purdy dropping back. Does he think of going deep? He's going to go check it down to McCaffrey once again, but McCaffrey's not going to get anything that time. So now you're looking at second down and probably 10. Second down and 9 with a 1-yard gain from McCaffrey. So right now, linebacker, is that Krys Barnes? Krys? How do you pronounce that? Krys Bars? Not sure. Excuse me. Yeah, so they're down to the 3rd-string linebacker. Second down and 9, Kittle in motion, handing off to Brian Robinson Jr. Brian Robinson is going to only gain about a few. So you're at 3rd and medium for San Francisco. Tugboat. So how are you feeling with UNLV so far? Do you think they have a shot in the Mountain West Championship game? Do you think they have a shot? So they're down. Yeah, so they're down 5. Purdy in the pocket, gets it to Kittle, and that is a first. Players don't stay on one team their whole career year. Unless you're like players like Larry Fitzgerald, who pretty much just stayed with the Cardinals the entire time. Like, it's weird to see them on one team. It's kind of weird to see them being on one team the entire time, especially if it's a Hall of Fame career. Like, what is it good? Like Larry Fitzgerald, for example. Purdy bootleg right, gets it to Kittle, and Kittle will get to the 50. UNLV will have to play the Idaho Potato Bowl in Boise. Hey, you still got Nevada. You got to play your rivalry against Nevada. The other team in Nevada. 49ers at midfield on 2nd and 4. A little pistol formation. And hand off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets the first down. He gets to the 45-yard line. Another first down. So they're being methodical again. This is how they got their touchdown on the first drive of the night. And McCaffrey is going over to the bench. Because right now, McCaffrey, tonight he's 3.6 yards a game. What's frustrating is that UNLV is 9 for 2 yet is unranked. Yeah, because you haven't played ranked, you haven't, it's like North Texas and JMU. That's just it. And a little bit of Tulane. I'm surprised Tulane is ranked. And Brian Robinson going left gets a gain of 7. Because the only loss James Madison had was Louisville. Tulane lost twice. They lost to Ole Miss badly, and then they lost badly to UTSA. So it's like they should not be even close to be ranked. If I had teams I'd rather be ranked, I'd rather have North Texas or James Madison to be ranked because these two actually deserved it. They just need to win their conference championships. In many ways, this season is better and worse than last year. Brian Robinson, he gets the first. Going up the left middle, and he's still pushing, only for about 4 yards. So the issue that I'm seeing with UNLV is that because if you saw the stream that I did on the first ever 10:30 game stream, the UNLV has, the defense did great against Hawaii, but when you go up against great teams, better teams like Boise State and New Mexico, it's a defense. And heck, you almost lost to Idaho State, for crying out loud. There's signs of weakness, and it's up to Dan Mullins to pull up a nice defense. He has a good offense. Don't get me wrong. There's good offense, but it's a defense. It reminded me a lot, I kid you not, it reminded me to 2015 Oregon. Oregon had a nice offense led by Vernon Adams, and then the defense sucked. That's why Oregon blew a 31-0 lead at TCU in the Alamo Bowl, because Oregon had no defense and Vernon Adams was out with a concussion. The defense looked good against Hawaii. So there's just more improvement. So there's just improvement that needs to be done. 6:57 here. 6:57. We're currently at commercial break. So the defense is good. If you're going for a playoff push in the Mountain West, because now here's the thing. Here's a kicker. Now is Dan Mullen more offense or is he more defensive minded? So here's the thing about the Mountain West, right? The Mountain West is going to be completely different next year because you have Boise State, San Diego State, Fresno State, Utah State, Colorado State moving to the new Pac-12 conference. So now with those teams moving, you have, I believe, 4 teams joining in, or 3 teams. Because you got UTEP coming from Conference USA. You got University of Cal. Yeah, there's 4 teams. UC Davis, University of California, Davis. You got Grand Canyon, the Antelopes. And for some gosh darn reason, Northern Illinois. The Pac-12 will just be the Mountain 12. And it's funny because the new Pac-12, every state, for football anyway, because Gonzaga does not have a football team, but every team has state. Got Oregon State, Washington State, Fresno State, Fresno State, Utah State, San Diego State, What is it? Fresno, San Diego, Utah, Colorado State. Then there's Texas State. Did I say all of them? Washington, Oregon, Utah State. I don't know. But Christian McCaffrey gets a gain of 3. Might be missing one other. And Boise State. Boise State is also on there. The state, it's the state. It's the state 12. It's the state 12. It's the state 12. You're not wrong. And the Niners are also doing another methodical drive. Now they have 6 minutes on the clock. Just don't let Brock Purdy throw another dag-nab interception. 3rd down 6. Purdy dropping back. You're going to throw a check down. That's a wide open check down to Juwan Jennings. And Juwan Jennings is going to get the first down. And he will get to around the 19 or the 18-yard line. And that's going to be a big first down. The Panthers, since their offense now offensing and your defenses are going to be out in the field more often, guess what? Your Dave is going to get tired out. Nobody's covering the out route. And your defense is not going to do much. So now you're at the 19 in the red zone. McCaffrey in the backfield, along with Juszczyk. And then McCaffrey will run for about a gain of 6 or 7. The Fox Sports commentators were so confused by the Golden Pineapple Trophy. And there's another injury on the Panthers. That is Corey Thornton. Injured. So you just lost J.C. Horn. That's your second string corner. You're running out of corners. J.C. Horn is out. He has a head injury. Prior to 2023, UNLV just had like 3 nationally televised games. Because 2024, 2025, UNLV has been better than they ever were. Like last year, it's their first time they have ever been ranked. They have never been ranked before. So of course they're gonna get some national televised games. And of course, like in the season ahead, it's like, okay, UNLV is still good. Ed Milne's still there. Colin Drea is still a good quarterback for UNLV. Dan Milne's good, but he's no Barry Odom. Well, Barry Odom right now, see how he does. See if he can get the guys that he wanted in 2026. And James Franklin now at Virginia Tech. That is going to be something. How would James Franklin fit in Virginia Tech? Is he going to bring guys from Penn State? Because there are some guys that already committed to Penn State, decommitted because of the James Franklin got fired after Penn State lost to Northwestern. So it's like, of course that we can lose. It's like what's there for us? What is there for us? Corey Thornton is an undrafted free agent from Louisville. And he's out there kind of limping. 7.5 minute drive now for San Francisco. It's literally the same thing again. Christian McCaffrey with the carry. Past the 10-5 touchdown. San Francisco. They're up by 13. Another slow, methodical drive for San Francisco. And it's on the first drive of the half, too. It's on the first drive of the half. Yeah, there are some coaches that do better in smaller markets. He was hated in Florida, but is liked at UNLV. I mean, yeah. Yeah, because it's the competition. Like Barry Odom, he was great at UNLV, and then right now he's facing challenges as the head coach of Purdue. And right now Purdue is facing up against their rival Indiana. And Indiana is just on a streak. They already clinched the Big Ten championship. So hold on. I need to look up. Hold on. So we need college football conference championship. We need scenarios. Because guess what? Now it is time because it's at the point where now we have to figure out who is going to be in the conference championship. So listen up here, folks. So here's pretty much what we got to have right here. So we got Virginia, SMU, Pitt, Georgia Tech, Duke, and Miami. As of so far of the ACC sideline, ACC is probably the most chaotic. Although Dan Mullen didn't have a shaky start, his approval rating increased. Yeah, it's not about how you start. It's mainly about how you finish. That's literally it. Yeah, so as of right now, Virginia and Pitt have tiebreaker. They have tiebreaker. SMU, not only they need to win, but they need to have one of those two teams lose. 3 teams in the ACC that are 6-2. So let's read a tiebreaker. So keep an eye on Virginia Tech and Virginia, SMU and California, Miami and Pitt. I think that has the most implications because Miami has a chance to get up there because if Miami wins, they have a tiebreaker over Pitt. And, of course, Wake Forest and Duke. So if you're Pitt in the ACC, you win, you're in. And the 2 lost teams, they need to get a tiebreaker of some sort. So Virginia and Pitt, you win, you're in. So keep an eye on those games. SMU needs to win. They have to have either a Virginia loss or a Pitt loss if they need to get in. Georgia Tech lost their tiebreaker to Pitt. So they just need to hope that Virginia lose. Because if Virginia wins, then it's Virginia and Pitt. Then Miami, they play Pitt. And then there's Duke going up against Wake Forest. We'll touch more on that when we get back. Fielded back by Trevor Etienne. He gets past the 30, and he will get down around the 32. And here comes Ted McMillan. My cause, my cleats. My cause, my cleats. It is that time of the month. It's bound to be December, so my cause, my cleats. Wear those cleats for a good cause. Their offense, not doing a good cause. Bryce Young with the play action. Spins around, and he's going deep sideline, and oh my goodness. Intended target was McMillan. He had the throw there, but did it went through McMillan? If he had a better defense, I think we would have been right. I agree. If you had a better defense, you would have at least taken down Boise State. Maybe New Mexico. You probably would have been 11-0. Probably would be 11-0. Second down and 10. Shotgun. Hubbard in the backfield. Tommy Trimble in motion. Young dumps it off to Hubbard. Hubbard sidesteps and breaking tackles. Gets a first down. Will be forced out. And that is a first down for the Panthers with a check down. Bryce Young, mainly has been doing a lot of check downs. But check downs work, I guess. If the 49ers don't know how to stop a check down, I mean, screw it. You just keep on going for it. You just keep on going for it. Look at that franchise record. Such an inconsistency. He had 448 last week, and now he has only had 54. And again, it's against a good Niners defense. I mean, don't get me wrong. UNLV basketball plays 11 ranked Alabama tomorrow. Why? And, of course, the TV screen has frozen, so that means that's going to crash. Yes, thank you for the crash, Cable Box. That's really freaking higher. Really freaking appreciated it. Thanks, mate. Second down and 6. UNLV has never played Alabama before. No, they have not. I don't recall, but no, they have not. Second down and 6. Young, play action. Young checks it again to Hubbard, and Hubbard gets another first down. Gets spun around near the 40. Now try to go deep in San Francisco territory. So right now you just get the rhythm. Robert Saleh needs to adjust the defense once again. Got to learn how can you stop. So we have a first-time matchup. Yippee! Yippee freaking dude. Chuba Hubbard. No Rico Dollar yet. Jimmy Horn in motion. Jimmy Horn in motion again. Young checks off again to Hubbard. It's just a screen this time. And Hubbard with the stiff arm, and he gets about a 6-yard gain. So Hubbard is gaining some yardage on every time he's been thrown a screen. It's just, can you throw anybody else that is not freaking Chuba Hubbard? Because, again, the Niners are going to keep on snipping it out every time. You got 2 minutes left. You got to get a touchdown on this drive. I think at this point, if you get any deeper, it's going to be 4-down territory. The San Fran Panthers, the Carolina 49ers. I mean, there's a Charlotte 49ers. You're not wrong. Young, out route to Xavier Legette, first down at the 29. This is Xavier Legette, his first catch in a while. That was his one catch. Look at that. The receivers are getting shut down. McMillan shut down. Legette just got his first catch. Those receivers are getting shut down. They gotta come up with something. You gotta come up with something. Play clock winding. And Young. And what the world was that? You threw that away. Would that be intentional grounding for Bryce Young? Would that be intentional grounding from Young? Because there was nobody there. Not batted down that time, so that should be intentional grounding. There was nobody in the area. There should be nobody. There should be a flag. So how was that one flag that got intentional grounding, but this one isn't? What is flags anyways? Young going deep in the end zone, gets a wide open man, and that is a touchdown to Ted McMillan. The Panthers short the lead to a one-possession game. What a dot from Young to McMillan for 29 yards. The Panthers are back in the game. Can they keep the Niners offense at bay? A little double move from McMillan. That's a good double move and just right on the freaking money. Why does North Carolina teams just go North Carolina and not North? Don't know, man. I do not know. Fitzgerald. And kick is up and is good, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Are we going to have a leverage penalty? Are we going to have a contact penalty? So, let's hear it. It's going to be personal foul on San Francisco. I think that's going to be unnecessary roughness or making contact with the snapper. Let's see here. Roughing the snapper. So, the Panthers are going to go try for 2 points to short the lead by 6. So now the Panthers are going to go for 2 from the 1. This is a big decision. How are you going to get 2 points? 1 for 4 this season on 2-point conversions. You got Horn and Hubbard in the backfield. Young throws to the end zone. Incomplete. Coker was the intended target. So now, with the Panthers getting a touchdown, so now the Panthers need a 2-point conversion to tie with San Francisco. Very handsy by Lenore. And that ball was tipped. And just out of Coker's reach. It is now common for teams to go for 2. Trails be 8. Trails by 8. Well, I mean, I feel like it's common regardless because it's like you have a penalty. You're going to be at the 1 because of unnecessary roughness. So it's like, why not? Yeah, that's part of the analytics for sure. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, why not? And that was, Collins literally tipped it with one hand. And then Coker was literally right there. It was even just a little graze can just disrupt the ball movement just a little bit. Fielder from the 9. I think Carolina needs to get that ball back, and he will get down at the 30. So Tech McMillan gets that reception and a touchdown. Oof. I really need a haircut, man. So the Panthers need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. Purdy through the middle. That's caught by Juwan Jennings. We may get one more play before we reach to the end of the third quarter. We might get one more play. We might. So, Brock Purdy, 159, a touchdown and 3 interceptions, 20 for 29. McCaffrey in motion. I don't think they're going to snap it. 3, 2, 1. And there goes, and that's quarter number 3. 15 more minutes now. 49ers lead 17-9. In my Madden game, I beat the 49ers 85-56. Not joking. Dang. Can you imagine that game in real life? Seriously, like, can you imagine that game? Like, that would be a game that a lot of people are going to talk about. Oh, Chargers. Oh, Eagles, Chargers are doing like the Monsters Inc. Yeah, zero defense. Anyways. So now the Panthers need defense. That's all they need. They need defense. So what? I mean, there's some matching games going on. Well, yeah, anyways, tomorrow. But I'm gonna go over the big conferences. So the Big 12, Texas Tech, BYU, Utah, and Arizona State. Texas Tech controls their destiny. They have a tiebreaker over BYU because of that head-to-head matchup. Utah is behind. Both Utah and Arizona State need to win and have either Texas Tech or BYU lose. At least it's not as chaotic as it was last year. Holy crap, it was that chaotic. So Texas Tech and BYU can clinch with the win. Utah can make it with a loss by Texas Tech and wins by BYU and Arizona. There's a three-way tie for a second spot, which Utah will prevail. And Arizona State can make it with a win and loss by BYU or a win and losses by Texas Tech and Utah. And here goes a big run from McCaffrey. McCaffrey lost the ball. McCaffrey said it looked like he was down. It did look like he was down because he lost the ball the moment he got bounced off. He bounced to turf. Let's see. Yeah, the elbow. The elbow is down, so there is no fumble. And here comes Ricky Pearson. Hand off, play action. Purdy throwing it to Kittle, and Kittle got some daylight a little bit, breaking the tackle and gets to the 26. George Kittle having himself a nice night tonight. No Jason Horn. That is what you're going to get. You have the Big 12, and the Medium 12, and the Small 12. Heck yeah. Imagine a conference like that. Here's the Big 12 conference, the Medium 12 conference, and the Small 12 conference. So, yeah, George Kittle, 44 yards, 78 yards, and 44 yards after catch. McCaffrey gets no gain on the carry. So, the clock will continue to run down. So, Big 10. So, if Ohio State wins, then it's Ohio State and Indiana. Indiana's locked in. But who's going to take on Indiana? Is it Oregon, Ohio State, or Michigan? So, yeah, so like, even if like Indiana loses, they still have the tiebreaker over Oregon. That's just facts. Brock Purdy throwing it to Juwan Jennings, and Juwan Jennings is going to be 2 yards short of a first down. Yeah, Michigan State beats Ohio State, and Indiana and Oregon both win. Then the game is Indiana versus Oregon. If Michigan beats Ohio State, Indiana wins and Oregon loses, the game is Indiana versus Michigan. No, scratch that, Indiana is not locked in. So if Michigan beats Ohio State, Oregon wins and Indiana loses, then the game's tied. But that doesn't make sense, though, because Indiana has tiebreaker over Oregon. So that can't happen. In my opinion, that can't happen because of the Indiana-Oregon tiebreaker. You can't do that. So Oregon's only way to get in is we have to win, and Ohio State has to lose. Michigan's way is they have to beat Ohio State, Indiana wins, and Oregon loses. So that is that. McCaffrey gets a yard after loss. That's about a several yard loss. Ooh, baby. That's a loss of 3, tackled by Martin Scott. What a freaking play. Bam, Martin Scott. That is that. Second down at 13 at the 18. Looks like the 18. Takes a shot pass to McCaffrey. He loses yards again. Man, goodness, you keep losing yards, my friend. That's the nickelback of Charles Smith-Wade with the tackle for loss. So that's back-to-back plays that Christian McCaffrey has lost yardage. The small 10. What about the medium 10? Like he's getting McCaffrey got no room, and now should have been blocking the back because the guy literally pushed Smith-Wade to McCaffrey. So now you're 3rd and 18. You're pushing him farther back. Here's the handoff to Brian Robinson, and Robinson gets to the 11, and the 49ers might send the field goal unit out and have Matt Gay extend the lead by 11 with about 9 minutes remaining. But look at those injuries, man. No Claudia Trellins, out. J.C. Horn, out with a concussion. Corey Thornton, out with an ankle. And Chandler Zavala, out with injury. Okay, why did it do that? So 20-9, field goal is good. They I don't know what just happened. It just covered over. Okay, but 20-9. It's now 20-9. Just a couple minutes short. Okay, what the freak what is happening? This just got cut off. Where's the game at? Like, what the freak? Where the heck is the game at? There we go. But so SEC. So the SEC. So you have Texas A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama. So Georgia's already locked in. They just have to rely on a couple tiebreakers. So A&M is in SEC championship game with a win, but this is from AP News. So, but the Aggies are vulnerable if they lose because they play a weak in-conference schedule, and that tiebreaker will come into play if there is a three-way or four-way tie. If A&M loses, it will still make the title game if both Alabama and Mississippi lose. Alabama's in with the win and out with loss, so they got to beat Auburn. Georgia's in if either Alabama or Texas A&M lose. So Georgia needs to root for Auburn and Texas. They need to win. Ole Miss is in if both Alabama and Texas A&M loses. So there's a lot on the line. A lot on the line. So just get ready. Just get ready for these games. Touchback coming in. Trevor Etienne takes the knee in the end zone. The Panthers will start their own 35. Panthers need scores. No punting at this point. If I'm the Panthers, there's no punting. No punting at this point. But yeah, those crucial 3 interceptions. But it's also the Panthers shooting themselves in the foot because they didn't convert any points. 2024 UNLV, man, that was a really good year for them. Really good year. We go down in the backfield. Shotgun formation is Bryce Young, Tommy Tremble going in motion. Young dropping back. Young going deep left sideline, and that was tipped. The rookie Stout had fingertips on it. Almost picked off. Young was looking for a McMillan on the play on the corner. But that should have been picked off by Stout. But regardless, good play from him. 3rd round pick from Western Kentucky, Upton Scout. I would not see a team like that either. There's a quick one to Coker. Coker gets past midfield to around the 48-yard line. So if the Panthers do score a touchdown, so a field goal will put them one possession. They just need a 2-point conversion. Sam Okuayinonu is questionable to return with an ankle injury, so they are down with a defensive lineman for now. Young looking over, analyzing that defense. 4 wideouts. Young dropping back, throws it to Xavier Legette, but he will only get a gain of 3. So you're looking at 2nd down and 7. Catch made by Legette. So like I said, like if this is Panthers, it's all or nothing for Carolina. Damn it. I hate it when it does that. It froze again, but the audio's still playing. Oh my goodness, the 2nd time already. Thanks, game. Let's just hope Genty can play better now. Yeah, Chip Kelly's gone. Yeah, he said screw Genty. What's his run game anyway? And his 1st down. It looks like 1st down for the Panthers. Marvel Salah. He's fit. He's a great defensive coordinator. Not a good head coach. 1st and 10 at the 35 in 49er territory. Both teams have 3 timeouts. He was at Ohio State, yeah. Bryce Huff almost got the pressure on the Young. Young going to try to run it, but gets a yard. gets a yard out of it. You're going to let the clock keep on rolling. So, Young, Bryce Huff was almost there. He almost got the first sack of the night for Young. He was there on block and whoop, swing and a miss for Bryce Huff. Just a swing and a miss. Like, look at that. He was on block. Rico Dowdle should know that he should pick up on Bryce Huff. He just abandoned his duty and not block Huff. That was his job to block Huff. Yeah, college offense don't work in the NFL. Young going deep in the middle, and that is picked off for the second time tonight. Oh, that's killer. That's killer. Oh, my gosh. That was picked off by Brown. Jair Brown with the interception. Robert Saleh, very pumped. Niners can just milk the clock away and put the Niners at a disadvantage in wildcard games. Imagine Ben Johnson and UNLV. I would say imagine Bill Belichick, but then North Carolina has happened. Then North Carolina has happened. So guys, I'm looking at yeah, I had a chance to beat the moment in there. Every time I expect the Panthers to take the next step, they always disappoint. All you can do is laugh. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like every time I want everybody wants the Panthers to do well, but then they just again shouldn't. Like I said, just shoot themselves in the damn foot because of it. I don't know. SpongeBob is having another movie coming out on Christmas. What the freak? And keep getting that stupid white screen just going over. What the freak? Like, all I want to do is just watch my football, man. That's what I wanted to see, man. Sitting on the route. Second down, 7 now. Oh, penalty. Play game. Just take your time, Niners. Just run the ball. You were doing it methodically on the first drive on both halves, so just do the same thing here. Oh, that should have been holding then. That should be holding on San Fran then. Hockey's one of the only sports where truly any team could win at any night. Isn't that just like all sports in general because of the David beats Goliath analogy? Like I would think that. Like any team. No, like I was last Saturday I was watching cross country, like the college cross country national championship. There was one guy from New Mexico State, about 8.5 kilometers of the 10K race. He like sprinted past everybody in the front of the pack, and he just booked it, and he won. It's a gamble. Like nobody saw that coming. That is caught by DeMarcus Robinson. And Carolina has taken the timeout. Even though if he can beat Alabama. Well, like we said, man, anything can happen. Basketball could be another thing, too. Like, especially in March Madness. Oh, my goodness. Yes, all very hyped. So now with Niners getting the ball back, or the Panthers get the ball back, ETN fielded from the 29, and he gets hit at the 34. So this is the Panthers' last true shot. This is the last true shot of trying to get some points on the board. He did. So, yeah, Washington Ducks and Oregon Huskies. Oh, dude. No. It's hate week, dude. I respect Washington, but it's hate week, man. Look at the Oregon Duck Twitter account. He is talking trash to the Washington Huskies. It's hilarious. One of them says, Harry the Husky still owes Blockbuster fees. So stupid. Bryce Young throwing it way out of bounds. Incomplete. Trying to go for Coker. UNLV Broncos and Boise State Rebels. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, sag it down to 10. We pretty much have to pass it every time at this point. Young dumps it off to Dowdle. Dowdle gets a first down to the 45-yard line. So the drive will continue. The drive will continue for the Panthers after that first down conversion at the 45. They still got quite a ways to go. Young in shotgun. He's going to drop back again. He's going to throw to the right sideline, and he gets Leggett. Xavier Leggett with another catch for a first down. Lost the last 72 games when trailed by 7+ points in the fourth. That's quite a number of games. Auburn Tigers, LSU Tigers. Who wins? I think the Tigers will win that. I think the Tigers are going to win that. At the 41, Dowdle in the backfield. 4 wideouts. Young, pressured, throwing it left sideline. Catch is made, and guess who? It's Xavier Leggett. Another catch, but there is a penalty on the field. Hold on. This could be backbreaker for the Panthers. Are they saying illegal touching? Wow. They're saying illegal touching on Xavier Legette. Boop, boop. And he did. His left foot, clear as day, stepped out of bounds. And the guy was literally pointing, he stepped out! He stepped out! So that's a loss of down. Still second and 10. Four wideouts again with Donald in the backfield. Pressure's coming, and Young is going to get sacked. There's the first sack of the night from either team. Ooh. There you go. First sack of the night. Is that Cleveland Farrell? The Niners only have 13 sacks, the fewest. And now they're in 18. And the Niners had to call a timeout to see how can they stop the Panthers now. I think the Aggies will win. I think the Aggies can win that one. Yeah, that was Cleveland Farrell with the sack. Next Monday night, Giants at the Patriots. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a freaking blowout. Oh gosh, that's so going to be a blowout. Oh yeah. Third and 18. You need yards. Young. Screen to Dowdle. Dowdle gets to about the 39. And you have one more chance, or the Niners are going to bleed clock. Prime time games have not been good this season. Yeah, not as memorable. They haven't been memorable a lot this year. Like the only game I considered memorable from last year's prime time, on Monday night specifically, was the Eagles and Falcons in week 2. Nick Fitzgerald with a 57-yard field goal attempt, and god damn, that is way freaking far right. And he never even had the distance. Oh, sweet mother of pearl. Oh gosh, the Panthers, it's like whenever the Panthers get good, they just stink it up the place. They stink. They freaking stink. It wasn't even close. What was that kick? It not only went far right, it didn't even make it to the field goal post. It landed in the end zone. It wasn't even close. Jeez Louise, Carolina. You might go 7-10 to end the season with a performance like that. Would have been one possession game, but no. McCaffrey with the ball. Carolina's still trying to get the ball back, but if you get another first down, that's pretty much game over. That's pretty much game over. It's mainly been McCaffrey. Yeah, I agree. Like the primetime game is just no. It's just not good. Only one remain. McCaffrey running it. Only gets a gain about 3. And another timeout taken. So now Carolina has no timeout spared. So the Niners, they win, they'll be 8-4. And the Panthers are circling in the hunt with 6-5. But it'll be 6-6. They're going to be around the same record as Dallas. Because of the fact that Dallas are now 5-1. They could get that win against Kansas City. They could be sniffing the playoff spot. It's just the issue with the defense for Dallas. Like that's the only thing that's just very questionable to me. But Young just like he had a career day and then he just had a crap day today. He just had a crap day. Third and 3. So they're gonna do the end around with Pearsall, and Pearsall's a yard short. A literal yard short. So we're going to head over to the 2-minute warning. Just milk as much as you can. Won't milk all of it because of that 2-minute warning. So I say if you're the Niners, just go for it. Panthers have no timeouts. Get this first down. You end it. Eagles and the Bears. This was a game. The Bengals anticipate Joe Burrow starting on Thursday night. They're starting Joe Burrow on Thursday night? Are you freaking kidding me? And here's a statistic. The Giants are 43, 103-1 since that boat pick in 2017. Yeah, it's one of the games of all time. One of the games of all time. It's one of the games of times. Of all time. Hear from Bryce Young. We're gonna hear from Bryce Young, all right. Oh, we're gonna hear from him, all right. So they are gonna go for it. They are going to go for it. Why are you question it? Oh, they're gonna do one of those. Hushek center. And the Panthers don't budge. The Niners will take the delayed game. They tried. They try it. Actually, they did not take the delay of game. Instead, they're going to call the timeout here. They're going to call a timeout. I'm just on the website. I'm just looking at these Jets hats. Those Jets hats look nice. And they got the first down. That'll do it. That will do it. Got the first down. Purdy got the QB sneak. That'll do it. All right. So that was a game of our times. Panthers are going to go down to 6-6. And the Niners are now 8-4 of the season. So I appreciate you guys joining in. Don't know when the next stream will be. Only time will tell. So we just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys have yourself a great rest of your day. And also, at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be with the Turnover Turfs for a little bit of their weekly show at 4 p.m. Eastern. Talk about the action that we have seen in week 12 from week 12. So I'll be there at 4 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you guys have yourself a great rest of your night. Good night.